I'm Ash.
And I'm Misty.
And we're Queer Tabletops.
And we started doing board game content because we were having a lot of conversations about like analyzing board games and just talking about like what board games can be in this world, and wanted to open that dialogue to like a wider community.
We like to explore the games from a more socio-political perspective, asking ourselves like, what story does this game tell? And whose story does this game tell? Thinking about, like, is this story about people who have been systematically in power throughout history, or is this game telling a story about common people or marginalized groups?
Yeah, and I think that if it is a game that is from the perspective of people with power, is it a critique on that? Like, is playing it show the ways in which it's problematic, or is it just uplifting that as like an acceptable way of being?
We're always investigating what kind of representation and diversity is in a game.
And is that representation look like just having a character that looks a certain way, but is it telling the story from the point of view of that character? Mm-hmm. Is it just wanting to like check an inclusive box? Or really thinking about how to include those people within the world of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and while it's really important to roleplay colonization and war to integrate our collective societal trauma, we're always trying to find game designs that inspire players to expand their imagination into other ways of being in the world, into like new possibilities and ways that like humans and Earth and life can interact and intersect. We're like exploring that in theme, but also in mechanics.
Yeah, and I think a lot with the mechanics, that comes into play in just what can a board game be, and we're really interested in people who are not taking just like mechanics that exist and creating them in a different storyline, but are creating new mechanics, new experiences within gaming. And I think when you start to look at a board game and see how else pieces can fit together, the possibilities of what it can be are endless. And I think we really love exploring the board game world to find those games that are really pushing those edges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So we take a lot of cool photos and write reviews. We post mostly on Instagram at this point. Mm-hmm. And we also run a queer and trans youth board game meetup locally where we live, and that's been super fun. Yeah. So come play games with us. We have a pretty incredible ingrained litmus test that just lives in our household. Basically, as long as Misty totally beats my ass in a game, like at least a little bit or totally a lot bit, either way, we know a game is balanced. So you're welcome to come over and try this out with us.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Super true.